Exercise 22. Two sacks, A and B, each contain a mixture of plastic and leather rugby balls. Sack A contains 4 plastic balls and 2 leather balls, and sack B contains 3 plastic balls and 5 leather balls. A sack is selected at random, and a ball is taken from it. First, we have to represent all this information on a tree diagram. So let's do that over here. We begin here. A sack is selected, so the first choice is we either select A or B. Sack A or sack B. And the probability is, it's a 50-50 situation, so it's 1/2 and 1/2. Those are the probabilities. In sack A, we have 4 plastic balls and 2 leather balls. So let's write P for plastic and L for leather. So plastic and L for leather. What are the probabilities once we select the sack A? Let's see. To get plastic, we have 4 plastic out of how many in total? 4 and 2 leather, so 6 balls in this sack, and sack A. And leather is, we had 2 leather out of 6 in total. In sack B, we have also some plastic balls and some leather balls. Plastic, 3 plastic and 5 leather. So 3 and 5, total 8. So 3 out of 8 that it's plastic, 5 out of 8 that it is leather. That was A. B, calculate the probability that the ball is leather. So what possibilities do we have that we get a leather ball? Well, if we choose sack A and then this branch in the tree, we get the leather ball. So A has to happen and then L has to happen. So the probability here is 1/2 times 2/6. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. We can simplify this. This is 1/6. The other possibility is that we choose sack A and then a leather ball. So it's 1/2 times 5/8. 1/2 times 5/8 is equal to 1 times 5 is 5 over 2 times 8 is 16, and we cannot simplify that. So the probability that we get a leather ball is this branch plus this branch. So B would be 1/6. Let's see. Let's do it the correct way. P of L, as in leather, is all the probabilities, and we have one probability here, which is 1/6, and the second probability is that we choose sack B and then a leather ball, and it's 5/16. And then we have to simplify this. So what can we do? Let's break this up into prime factors. We have 2 times 3, and here we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we need 4 2s and 1 3. So this is 4 2s is 16, and then times 3, 16, 30, 48 will be the denominator. 6 times what is 48? well, we times this by 8. So it's 8 over 48, and then plus this times 3 times 3, we get 48, so 15. The answer would be 23 over 48. Now, in the last question, C, given that the ball is leather, calculate the probability that it came from sack A. So if someone picked a ball, we don't know from which sack, and they say that now we have a leather ball. Well, what is the probability that we have a leather ball from sack A? So given that means that we have to use a formula. Given that the ball is leather, given that, remember the formula, P of A happening given that B has happened is equal to P of A and B divided by P of B. This is a general formula. Okay, so we're going to use this formula to find the answer. Now, what are the events A and B? Given that the ball is leather, so B is already that the ball is leather. Calculate the probability that it came from sack A. So A is that we choose sack A. So in this case, it would be probability that we chose sack A. Let's write it like this. We're not mixing up A and A. What's the probability of sack A given that it is a leather ball? Okay, that's what we want to find out. So that would be, according to the formula, the probability that it came from sack A and it is a leather ball. What is the probability? This and this branch, so 1 over 6. Okay, so sack A and leather. It's a little bit difficult to write this small. Divided by P of B, and B was given that the ball is leather, so the probability of leather. Okay, let's continue down here. What's the probability that it came from sack A and it was a leather? Well, it's this branch, right? So probability that we chose A and then took a leather ball, it's this. So 1 over 6. And then what is the probability that it is a leather ball? Well, that's what we found out here. So we just have to use these two probabilities. P of sack A and leather is 1 over 6 divided by P of leather, and it's 23 over 48. Remember, when we have a fraction divided by another fraction, we can just write this as a multiplication. The first fraction times, and then just flip this one. So 48 up here and 23 down here. Now let's simplify this. Can we find a 6 in 48. Yeah, 48 is 6 times 8. So we cross out the 6 in 48. We have 8 left. We cross out the 6 here. We only get 1. 1 over 1 doesn't change anything. So the answer would be 8 over 23.